Have you ever wondered how a new medicine actually makes its way to your pharmacy shelf? It all starts in a place you might not expect, a clinical trial, which is a meticulously controlled environment. Picture a high-tech laboratory, scientists in crisp coats, and rows of gleaming equipment. Here, every detail is carefully managed, almost like a science experiment in school, but on a much bigger scale. This is where a brand new medicine is first tested on people. But not just anyone can join in. Patients are chosen with very strict criteria, almost like picking players for a championship team. Usually, only people with the exact disease the drug is meant to treat are allowed in. No extra health issues, no other medications, and often, only certain age groups. It's like creating the perfect test conditions. No distractions, no surprises. Only specific ages are included, and no other medications are allowed. Every response is closely monitored. Doctors and nurses check every heartbeat, every side effect, and every improvement. The goal? To isolate the drug's true effect, without any outside interference. If something changes, they know it's because of the medicine, not something else. But here's the twist. Once the drug is approved, it leaves this safe, controlled bubble. Suddenly, it enters the unpredictable real world. Imagine a busy city street, so many different people, routines and lifestyles. Now the medicine is prescribed to millions of people, each with their own unique story. Some are young, some are older, some have other health conditions, and many take other medicines too. People come from all backgrounds, with multiple conditions, and lead complex, busy lives. The calm quiet of the clinical trial is replaced by a whirlwind of real-life variables. Suddenly, doctors and patients face new questions every day. It's a storm of variables: diet, stress, other illnesses, and even genetics. Think about it. Years of research and billions of dollars invested all hinge on this moment when the medicine meets the real world. But here's something important. Approval only means the drug is safe and works well in those perfect trial conditions. In the real world, things can be very different. Approval proves safety and efficacy, but only in a narrow setting. The real test begins in everyday life, with real people. Sometimes rare side effects or long-term risks don't show up until thousands or even millions of people have taken the medicine. These are things that clinical trials, no matter how careful, can sometimes miss. That's why the journey doesn't end with approval. It truly starts when the first real-world prescription is filled. From that moment, doctors, pharmacists, and patients all become part of the ongoing story of the medicine. The gap between the controlled world of trials and the messy reality of daily life is the core challenge of modern pharmacology. So next time you pick up a prescription, remember, there's a whole journey behind that little pill, and the story is still being written. That's the adventure of drug safety, and it's one we're all a part of. Efficacy and effectiveness are not the same. Efficacy is a drug's performance in perfect, controlled conditions, like a race car on a track. Effectiveness is how it performs in the real world, on busy, unpredictable streets. Approval means the benefits outweigh the risks in trials, not that a drug is perfectly safe. The full risk profile emerges only after years of widespread use. Regulators and companies must keep watching and learning. The real work of safety begins after launch, as new questions and risks appear. This is why ongoing vigilance is essential. In 1999, Merck launched Vioxx, a painkiller hailed as a breakthrough. It was a commercial success, but soon, subtle signals suggested increased heart risks. Merck faced a dilemma: act on uncertain data and risk pulling a helpful drug, or ignore it and risk patient safety. Critics accused Merck of downplaying risks. The company insisted evidence wasn't clear until later. In 2004, undeniable trial data forced a worldwide withdrawal. The fallout was massive: financial loss, lawsuits, and damaged reputation. Vioxx was linked to tens of thousands of heart attacks and strokes. The saga became a cautionary tale. Post-market vigilance is non-negotiable. Drug safety doesn't end at launch. The real world can reveal dangers trials miss. Modern drug monitoring began after the thalidomide tragedy of the 1950s and 60s. Thalidomide, once seen as safe, caused thousands of birth defects before the link was discovered. This disaster exposed the lack of systems to detect rare side effects after approval. The result was the birth of pharmacovigilance, systematic global monitoring of drug safety. Every patient's experience became a vital data point. Today, pharmacovigilance actively hunts for signals in vast data networks. Its mission ensures tragedies like thalidomide are never repeated. For years, drug safety relied on doctors and patients reporting problems, a slow, passive system. Most adverse reactions went unreported, and signals often emerged too late. The Vioxx case showed the dangers of this lag. Now, big data and advanced analytics allow real-time surveillance. Scientists can analyze millions of health records to spot early warning signs. This shift is like moving from waiting for distress flares to using satellites for constant monitoring. Proactive data mining augments traditional methods, creating a stronger safety net. The goal: catch problems before they escalate. The explosion of health data is overwhelming for humans alone. AI and machine learning now sift through massive data sets to find hidden drug risks. Algorithms process reports, extract key details, and flag urgent cases. AI can detect complex patterns and early warning signs invisible to humans. For example, it might spot a subtle risk in a specific patient group that would otherwise go unnoticed. The future is predictive safety, anticipating problems before they spread. Integrating genomics and real-world evidence, AI personalizes risk assessment. The aim: prevent the next drug disaster before it reaches patients. Imagine you're the new global head of pharmacovigilance. Your blockbuster drug is transforming lives, but AI flags a small possible risk of a rare neurological event. The evidence is weak and preliminary. Your commercial team fears panic and lost sales. Do you wait for more data or act now? The right move. Launch a rigorous investigation, replicate findings, review your data, and design new studies. Communicate transparently with leadership and regulators. Don't sound alarms on weak signals, but don't bury them either. Foster a culture where early warnings are opportunities to learn, not threats to hide. True leadership is defined by how you respond to uncertainty. In drug safety, your legacy is built on confronting problems, not avoiding them.